Alrighty, we are live. Hello, everybody. I am ShadowRockZX, as always, and today, or rather this morning, because man, it's 8 in the morning for me, we are live reacting to the Capcom Special Program. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. It's a pleasure to have you all here to chat. And yeah, honestly, this is mostly going to be a hangout stream because I have zero expectations for this. First of all, let's just explain what the show is going to be about. This is the Capcom Special Program. This is the English stream, actually, as you can see. So, here's the games that are confirmed for this special program. In fact, you can see it on screen there. It's Resident Evil Village, aka Resident Evil 8, Monster Hunter Rise, which was just announced at the Nintendo Direct recently, as well as Monster Hunter Stories 2. So those are like the for sure it's gonna happen things. There might be Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition as well, because they did say they talk about that game at the show. And yeah, that's about all we know. Literally, I'm only streaming my reaction to this because, you never know what might happen. And I also reached out to you guys on the community tab of our YouTube channel. I asked you guys, do you want me to live react to this? And the vast majority of you, 90% of you said yes. So here we are. This is a Mega Man channel though, so I did want to take a little time out to kind of recap what we know about upcoming Mega Man games, because we know about a couple. The big one is the your next console Mega Man game. Well, a while back, series producer of the Mega Man series, Kazuhiro Tsuchiya, came out and was like, "Hey, the next Mega Man game has already been decided upon, and it's already in development, and it actually entered pre-production in early 2019. We're told. So this game has been in the works for, maybe a year and a half now, at the most." And it has been 2 years since Mega Man 11. Actually, we're coming up on Mega Man 11's anniversary in just a little bit, on October 2nd. Very soon. So, they gotta be working on something, right? And they are indeed, since they told us. And then the other game is actually a mobile game that was rumored to come out this year. I don't know if that's happening anymore due to COVID. But yeah, there's another mobile game in the works that's not Rockman X Dive. And I literally cannot say anything more than that because they've actually been issuing cease and desist orders on this mobile game. So if I say anything more, I might actually get into some legal trouble. So that's fun. So yeah, but if you've been up to date on the Mega Man rumor mill, or you've been following this channel for a year or two, you might know what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's a mobile game, there's a major game, and then the news we got this week was that Rockman X Dive is coming to Japan. Finally, right? And it seems like it's going to be a separate version because you cannot transfer your data from the Asian version to the Japanese version. We have a whole video about that you guys could check out. And I see like a lot of people here like thinking, oh, well, what's the Mega Man game I most want to see here? I'll tell you guys what I want to see. I just want to see X9, man. It's time. We got a little teaser in that booklet for Legacy Collection. X's fight is not yet over. It's time, man. It's time to find out what happened to Axel. Let's get X9 up in here. Heck yeah. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, that would be amazing too, obviously. But I kind of don't expect another Legacy Collection for another year, to be honest with you. I think it's too soon, because Zero and ZX Legacy Collection just came out this year. And fun fact, it actually took like a year and a half or something from the time X Legacy Collection came out to actually get an announcement for Zero and ZX. So I don't think we'll see a Battle Network Legacy Collection here. Maybe next year though, because next year is Battle Network's 20th anniversary. They got big plans for that. They're looking for partners for like merchandise and stuff. We've seen a crossover recently where Battle Network was in one of the Duel Masters mobile games. So they're doing big things for Battle Network, but you might not see that stuff until next year. Yeah, X9 is my most hyped game. Obviously, I'd be happy with any Mega Man announcement. Uh, you know, I think it's a little too soon for Mega Man 12. I guess I wouldn't be too mad at it, but at the same time, it wouldn't be as hype as X9 because we just got 11. I wouldn't mind giving Classic a little break for now and focus on other stuff. But if we did get a Mega Man 12, let's just say, well, I just hope they expand more on what Mega Man 11 did. Maybe give us some hidden paths, alternate paths, give us some secrets to find. That's a couple of elements I thought Mega Man 11 was sorely missing. And my biggest hope for Mega Man 12 would be make the final, like the end of the game longer, because Mega Man 11 only had like 2 full Wily stages, and then you had the boss gauntlet and Wily himself, and that was it. It's pretty disappointing, lengthwise, even though the stages themselves were longer, which kind of made up for it. It's just a shame it was only like 2 main stages, so yeah, 12 should expand on that too. Yeah, so yeah, this is my time to say, guys, don't get your hopes up for Mega Man stuff here. Like with like last year's TGS, Capcom actually announced Mega Man Zero and ZX Legacy Collection ahead of the show. So, don't really expect them to just drop an announcement out of the blue, sort of thing. So like I said at the beginning, I have zero expectations for this, and you guys should too. There's maybe like a 1% chance, and that's being generous, that we'll see Mega Man here. I'm only doing this because the people have voted that I should live react to this. So yeah. But yeah, it seems like it's freaking 8 in the morning and there's like 126 of you. That's amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for coming along and hanging out. Yeah, Mega Man 11 needs DLC. Although it would be weird to release DLC now after 2 years. I guess they could do it for the second anniversary. It'd just be weird that they waited that long. We need Bass and Proto Man, that sort of thing. Good morning. Thank you for coming. Yeah, we'll see if the 1% happens. Oh, I'm going to be shouting from the rooftops if anything Mega Man happens. And those of you who are in our Discord channel, in our Discord server, remember, if X9 ever shows up, you gotta spam the Uchi Nut emojis. It's gotta happen. We made that promise like 2 years ago. Yeah, it seems like Rockman X Dive is the announcement for this TGS. The fact it's coming to Japan. That's about it. I don't even see X Dive in this stream because they're going to focus on the big ones, which is once again Resident Evil Village, Monster Hunter Rise, and Monster Hunter Stories 2, which is interesting that they're doing a Stories 2. Yep, nothing really going to happen. But we can dream. Let's see, it's almost 8. Yep, hype responsibly is my advice to you guys. Hype responsibly. It'll be super hype if something happens, but don't expect it. And let's see here. I do have this prepared in the event that nothing does happen.
Wow! It's absolutely nothing! They had cute girls though.
Alright, it has begun. Game started. Hey, they do have cute girls though. Woo!
Hello everyone, welcome
Yep,
to TGS
they're gonna be live
2020
translating.
online
Okay.
Capcom Special
listen.
Program. We're about to begin. So my name is Taguchi, and I will be your MC for this portion. So sorry, I will be Taguchi, and I will be your MC for this portion.
Uh-oh, he messed up.
During this live stream, we will be welcoming guests from Capcom's development team who are ready to share with us some announcements regarding titles Resident Evil Village and Monster Hunter Rise. Wow, look at all the comments. So let's start with the first title. We'd like to call tonight's guests to the stage. So over here, could you introduce yourselves?
Okay, so they only mentioned Monster Hunter Rise
Hi, my
and
name is
Resident Evil Village.
Tsuyoshi Kanda, and I am one of the producers for Resident Evil Village. So for everybody watching, thank you for watching tonight. Next up.
Yeah, that was TGS 2018, I think.
That was in English, but his name is Peter Field.
No. That was TGS 2017 because that was before Mega Man 11 was announced.
Wow, look at all the comments.
That was when we were like, wow, that's absolutely nothing.
See the information that we're going to unveil tonight. So, what should we start with? So, today we'll be talking about Resident Evil series, especially Resident Evil Village. So, we want to start by talking about BIOHAZARD Village.
BIOHAZARD.
Here's the latest trailer for those who may have missed it.
Any one of you excited for RE8? I haven't played RE7 through yet. I know like this game I think is supposed to pick up from RE7 because that's the same main character.
Chris? What the hell?
And also Chrissy Boy.
Take him away.
Big Daddy energy.
In life and in death,
I think this is the trailer we just saw at the PS5 event.
the bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
Yeah, it looks like it. Rawr.
Mia.
Quit being so paranoid.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father, who was hard at work. But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence. The bushes empty. Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal
This is some
broke free
Tim
of Mother's
Burton
grasp
stuff.
and vanished into the
Crazy.
trees. Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
Ooh, what's this?
It's just a local tale.
I will say I like the setting for this game. It's like they're going to a castle. We did have a castle in Resident Evil 8. I mean Resident Evil 4. We went to the castle like partway through the game. It was good times.
If it's just looking, window shop away.
Yeah, coming next year. Very interesting. They've been popping out these RE games. So we had
Wow, that
RE2,
was so scary,
and then not
right?
even a year later, RE3, or maybe like a year and a half later, actually.
Looking at all the comments,
And
it seems
then
like everybody is like,
we're gonna have
wow,
another
that
one
was
next
really
year.
Cool. So, thank you. So, including videos, we have a lot more information to show you today. So,
What information?
we thought we'd start with a summary and some other information. To start with, this game's story takes place several years after Resident Evil 7.
Resident Evil.
Just like RE7, players assume the role of Ethan Winters, who's now living peacefully with his wife Mia. So,
And
that peace
finally
that
returns to
he
normal
is
life,
living,
and then
with his wife
the Fire Nation
is
attacked.
shockingly shattered by Chris Redfield, who helped Ethan in the previous game. So after watching the trailer, I'm sure players are left wondering what Chris's motives could be, and how this changes.
I gotta agree, RE3 remake wasn't as good as RE2
we can't
remake.
disclose these secrets today, but we'll continue to provide you more information in the future.
I enjoyed
So
it,
in terms of the setting, as
but
the title implies, this game takes place
yeah,
in a
it's
desolate
a
snowy
little
village with all sorts
short.
of
I
drama
mean,
unfolds.
all RE games
So,
are pretty short.
Interesting thing
So
about this
that's
game
not a
is the
big deal,
village
but
plays a central
they
role,
cut out the
so much
clock
that they
tower, dude.
considered another main character.
What the heck?
And here we get a look at some of the creatures that have taken root in the village. As seen in the trailer, they move fast, they're very violent, and they sometimes hunt in packs. They'll become even tougher when they're organized and coordinating their offensives. But even in this creature-infested village, there are various residents that the players can expect to encounter along the way. So what sort of story is going to be waiting for you with all these interesting characters in Village? So
Yeah, that was
we'll
another
have
thing
more
too.
details about
Just the
this,
fact that
but,
Nemesis was scripted most of the
we can
time.
look at the pictures that we have and
Like,
kind of
he was a
come up with
threat
their
at the
own
beginning of the
ideals.
game, but then not so much later
So-
on.
So everything looks really cool, right? Like,
It's like, yeah, it's like in the original, Nemesis chased you literally everywhere.
All the cool things are going to be happening in this
And then the
game.
remake,
So is there
he
anything else
just
you can
shows
show
up
us tonight?
whenever the game wants him to.
So yeah,
Crazy.
we have something that we haven't shown anybody yet. We have an interview with Pete and with the director Sato and with the art director Taka.
Yeah,
So please,
just the Bloodborne boss. I'll say that finale was pretty cool. Maybe not as cool as the original, but
so a very beautiful.
I like what they
scary-
did with the railgun.
For Resident Evil 7, we initially thought of Ethan as a character who would just act as a camera for the player, a sort of blank slate for the cam to project themselves onto.
Yeah, I'll
From
try
a
to
story
refrain from
perspective, we realized
spoilers.
it would be better to make Ethan Winters a character onto himself.
So, Resident Evil is a pretty cool
And, you know, like,
series. I've only gotten
we
into the
really ended up
series
liking
recently
Ethan
myself
game,
in the
and
last
we
few
wanted
years.
to know what happened to him after
I'm
Resident
actually
Evil
liking it a
7,
lot.
Like what sort of life he would lead. So we started thinking that
Maybe one day
for the
I'll
next
play
stage, we would
RE7.
practice
Maybe
with
maybe for
Ethan
Halloween I'll play
and
RE7 for the first
figure this all
time,
out at a
because I
pretty
still
early
need to do
stage.
that.
We want to make sure Village was just as terrifying as Resident Evil 7, maybe even scarier. But, you know, something you'll probably notice that's different from that game is that we changed the lighting a lot from what you saw in Resident Evil 7. You probably noticed that if you watched the PV. And, you know, we think we really hit a good distance and made a terrifying and beautiful
Played Dead Space. I played the first one for a while. That was pretty spooky.
Up the graphics and elements of survival horror, but we focused on making the world and the atmosphere all around it feel both beautiful yet terrifying.
So when we were making Resident Evil 7, we thought, you know, is this still scary? We decided that
That's
in terms of
spooky.
game side, we would go back over everything that we did, and you can keep this in mind. We'd go back.
I gotta say, I'm not really someone who
Think of all the logic
screams a
used in
lot.
previous games.
That would kill my voice for
And
one.
try to make a really terrifying game. So compared to RE7,
Yeah, I don't play very
Village
many
is a bit more easy
horror
to put yourself
games. Like
into.
Resident
This was
Evil is one of
very
the
concept we
exceptions.
kept in mind when creating the game. Now, in terms of visual beauty and the weight we gave to it, I really left it all entirely in the capable hands of art director Takano. As Village's director, I tried to think about the feel of the game. Like, what are the emotional moments? Where's the terror? Where's the beauty? Where's the cruelty? Where are all these feelings? And thinking about all that sort of stuff is
Yeah,
my
I
main
am.
job, what
I
do my
am not
job
a
is.
screamer whatsoever.
Now, when we think of the word village, it evokes a sense of closeness, of a small, tiny
If
place.
you, by the way, if you guys want to see a face reveal, I did do one for the the 10K subscriber special.
We wanted to give it a sense of
Way
a very
back.
sense of reality.
Come a long way since then.
We did our best to make the mountains around the village look as fantastic as possible, to really give it a wide open vibe. We wanted players to walk through the world and be like, whoa, I didn't think of what I could actually go here, and wow, this is so cool and everything. So we thought a lot about how to create a game that you could make your own approach to, where you could figure out your own
Man, this looks
solutions to
good.
problems you face.
Like the interior of the castle looks
This is something we
very
decided to do a lot more
nice.
with this game. So you have a lot more freedom than in RE7. We want players to experiment, to figure out things that work for them. We want everyone to think of Resident Evil Village as a horror movie that you can play.
Boost the stream audio? Sure.
You want to take your time to fully explore the detailed environments and the fully designed set pieces. The only way that you could make it
that
any
better?
more immersive, I guess, is to scan yourself and put yourself in the game.
Where did you find this guy?
Give me a break, Pete.
Hey, I only work with professionals.
But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence. The bushes empty.
No
and
problem.
into the forest deep.
What is it with that creepy story?
It's just a local tale.
Into the survival horror.
So we included a storybook in Village because we had a huge variety of things that we included in the game. We realized later that it would be hard to summarize all that, and players might get confused and think,
Man,
what's this all about?
like there's been nothing since Mega Man 11
be,
except for
not
Zero and
ideal.
ZX Legacy Collection. At
So
this
we came
point,
up
I'll
with this
take
one
any
storybook that would
announcement.
sort of summarize everything for people so they can understand the whole picture of the game.
To get the full experience. All the little touches and ideas that the designers add are fully realized and come together once you make it through the entire game.
僕はそうですね、ヴィレッジは
Village to me is
僕はやっぱりそうですね、イーさんっていう一人の人間の
this kind of story of Ethan, this one
イー
guy.
さんっていうそのキャラクターの
Oh, you want me to say a swear word? All right, here it comes.
イーさんの生きる作品だと思ってます。
So probably the entirety of who he is just kind of brought into a one single
イーサン・ウィ
game.
ンターズっていうのを最後まで見届けたい。
For the Ethan Winters that we created in Resident Evil 7, I wanted to see where his story ended up. And I think that's kind of one of the main centerpieces of Resident Evil
Oh,
Village.
we got cast.
Wow, that was really cool. Oh man, look at all these really nice comments.
I mean, the castle looks nice.
Some of these comments are like, let Ethan have like a peaceful life, come on. If you watch the video we just showed, you can probably see what sort of survival horror we're trying to make with Resident Evil Village.
We gotta stay advertiser friendly, chat.
We're hard at work on Resident Evil Village, so and we're doing everything we can to deliver an amazing game. So
Yeah, keep your
stay tuned
expectations
for more
low for
information.
Mega Man. It's
So
probably
we do have
not
one
gonna
more
show
thing
up.
to report. while Resident Evil Village is being developed specifically for next-generation consoles and PC,
Yeah, we got quite a
we're looking
bit of
into
you.
delivering the
You
experience
got some
on
real
PlayStation
troopers
4
tuning in
and
so
Xbox
early in the
One as
morning.
well.
Thank you so much, guys.
We're looking into it, but we can't make any promises. However, we will do our best in creating a top-tier survival horror experience on current generation consoles. Hopefully, we'll be able to share some more good information.
Yeah, they started out by
that's
saying
really
this
exciting,
is
right?
this is Resident Evil
So
8
keep
and
tuned for
Monster
more
Hunter
information
Rise.
on this
So.
front. So that is going to be it for information on Biohazard.
Man, that was
Village,
quick.
But I hear we have some more information to share with everybody from something else.
Oh, 25th anniversary.
Yes, we have the 25th anniversary of the first Resident Evil coming
Like you
next
said,
year
you made the
on
same error I did.
March 22nd, 2021. So we're here to kick things off with this year.
I'm not hero, by the
So
way.
we've created 2 mascots for this anniversary, like a cute one and a really cool one. And this one's like super cute, right? So the one on the right is Raccoon Kun, or Raccoon. He is a
Oh, they got the raccoon.
the mascot of Raccoon City. Now we have one more thing to show you, and that's this right here.
Okay.
Wow, look at it. That's like all the characters. There's so many characters I remember from the
All the
Resident Evil
characters?
series.
All the characters I remember. Body.
Man, it's been forever since this came out. 25 years is a long time, right? Like, back then I was still a student when it came out, and like Nike Air Maxes and stuff were out, beepers and whatnot. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each one of you. The reason why we're able to continue the series is because of all of you, of our fans. And I hope you enjoyed what we showed you today.
Yes,
And,
where's the merchant?
We have plenty more
He's the-
information.
he's
to
the
share with
best
you soon,
character.
So please look forward to it.
Got some rad
So
things
that's
on
all the
sale,
news from the
stranger.
two of us today. So everybody was really surprised to see that character in the middle of that big large picture they had a second ago. So next year looks to be an exciting one.
I'm not sure how long this is actually.
And do you have one final
Oh,
message
it says 1
before
hour.
you guys go and
So
head
yeah,
off?
1
So let's
hour.
start with you, Takano-san. Or so Kanda-san, sorry. So we can only give you a little bit of information about this game right now, but we want you to know that the entire staff is for Resident Evil Village is doing our best to create the best survival horror Resident Evil game for you guys to play. So we'll do our best to keep making it a sort of Resident Evil that is what everybody wants and is the sort of thing that everybody can have a lot of fun with. So please stay tuned for more information.
I'll
next up
buy
is
it for a high price. Yeah, well, what are they gonna talk about for
So
an hour?
we hope you look forward to more information about Resident Evil Village and the 25th year anniversary.
It took them
of
about
Resident Evil.
18 minutes to talk about RE8.
So that was all
I
the
guess
information we
Rise
have
and
for you about
Stories.
Resident Evil today, but we hope you enjoyed it. Did everybody have fun? I
Yeah.
can't believe that Papa, the character, was in the center of that big picture. It was really surprising to see him there. So next, we have some information for you on Monster Hunter.
Here we go, Monster
So
Hunter.
stay tuned. 25 years, wow. Anyway, it looks like our preparations are ready, so now we're going to move on to talk about Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Stories 2, which were announced just last week. So here to tell you about them are Monster Hunter Rise producer Tsujimoto Ryozo and the director Ichinose Yasunori.
Man, they switched
So
chairs
could you
fast.
introduce yourselves? I'm the producer Tsujimoto, and I am the director Ichinose. It looks like they're still warming up, so like, we just
Marvel
showed up here,
Comics.
sorry. So I could sense the excitement building up the moment you two arrived. There was all these really interesting and fun comments. People super excited to see this. So what sort of information do you have for us today? So we showed you a Monster Hunter Rise personal video the other day.
Props to this translator for trying to translate for all of these people talking over each other. That cannot be easy at all.
We've updated the gameplay footage in it. So this is the TGS 2020 edition of it. So I hope you enjoy.
Well, that's okay. We got Rush. Purple Rush. Well, they also said the Palamutt, I think it's called. Looks like Repeat from Tales of Vesperia. I mean, he kind of does. Gotta turn that down just a little bit. This is the trailer from the Nintendo Direct. Apollo mute. So I'm gonna mute the stream. See? I did it. It's treble. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, I have to say, I haven't played a lot of Monster Hunter, but I did pick up World, played it with TGP for a while. I really like it. It's like one of those games I kind of want to go back to, but at the same time, it's so grindy, it's crazy. Like that would take hours upon hours. It's the only thing. But yeah, this looks pretty good for a Switch game. Monster Hunter game to start with. I'm no expert, but I would say Monster Hunter World does a lot to streamline the game for beginners. Like the previous Monster Hunters were kind of complicated to get into if you don't like know all the mechanics and how things work. But Monster Hunter World just makes things so easy to get into and learn everything. So you know, that's how I started. I think like that's the one to really get into. It's a lot of fun too.
Wow. That was
Monster Hunter Stories.
Really
oh man.
Fun. So, as you could see, there was some new gameplay footage in there. We'll tell you a little bit more about these new elements a little bit later. That part in the end was like, wow, this is super Japanese, right? I guess
yeah, it does look like Japan, which I really like that setting. I really do.
So, Monster Hunter Rise is the latest game in the Monster Hunter series. Could you tell us what it's about? So our main focus on Monster Hunter Rise is making use of the portability of the Nintendo Switch.
Reminder,
which allows you to pick up and play the game.
There's probably going to be no Mega Man.
This game's about being able to play wherever you want, whenever you want, with anyone you want. So, as we also explained during the announcement footage the other day, the Rise in the title refers to the freedom of movement the player has, which allows you to jump and climb around the environments as much as you want.
No Mega Man because of COVID, I guess.
The title with kind of a sense of excitement to players across the world while they're exploring the game.
F in the chat for Mega Man.
We hope that players really enjoy that sort of
Model
stuff.
F.
So, Ichinose and I will tell you what kind of game Monster Hunter Rise is going to be and what kind of features it's going to have. So let's start with the most
Impossible!
The new player actions.
Poor Mega Man.
This game has all these kind of really exciting movement-based actions that are in the game. So the game allows you to scale cliffs and like kind of elevated platforms.
Well, we did get a Mega Man announcement this TGS. It was Rockman X Dive coming to Japan.
Move across.
So Mega Man isn't dead per se, but
here's
I've heard things behind the scenes, like that mobile game I was talking about. Apparently, it was coming this year, but I don't know what happened to it. It might have been delayed because of COVID, because COVID really slowed everybody down. So I wouldn't be surprised if all the Mega Man stuff got delayed.
This lets you do all sorts of really interesting things, like scaling steep cliffs and to reach high places, moving very quickly.
Yep, it was supposed to.
Combined with your weapon for a variety of spectacular attacks, creating a completely fresh hunting experience.
Like, as much as we like to bag on Rockman X Dive sometimes, it has given us a lot, like something to look forward to every week, something for Mega Man fans to talk about every week. And that's something that like, even Mega Man 11 didn't really do, because you played the game and you were done like 2 weeks later. So, but X Dive is just like a gift that keeps on giving. So, you know, even if you don't like mobile games, at least it gives us something to chew on a little bit. It's like, you know, having like a little meal every week.
So we really hope that people are excited to see more information about this. So we are talking a little bit about there's a new...
Yeah, good or bad, it's a gift.
There's a new area in the game as well, sort of a central kind of place that you guys base off. And so after your quest, you'll head back over there. So we're going to talk about, in the trailer, we showed off a new locale called the Shrine Ruins. We'll be able to show you some more live gameplay of this area during Capcom TGS.
Yes, it is better than nothing.
2020, if that's tomorrow. We're going to have some, actually, gameplay footage.
Hey, speaking of better than nothing. Hey, Jesus footage!
Definitely put that down on your agenda so you can listen to more.
He will bring us good luck.
Hear a lot more about that. So definitely make sure to catch the stream on September 26th. Man, there's so much more stuff that you've added to this game. Next, we'd like you to tell us a little bit more about the new buddy, the canine.
The streamer luck doesn't work, guys.
So you can see it in this new video.
It's dreamer luck.
So this is a new type of buddy called the canine. They actively coordinate attacks with the player.
We got some gameplay, yo!
And you can even ride on their backs to move around and do all sorts of others. So they're very invaluable allies in combat. So
they'll announce a Mega Man skin.
Your hunter's stamina doesn't really decrease.
There's your Mega Man news.
You're able to run across each area to your heart's content. It
So
gives you a
this
lot more
quality
mobility.
is... Yep, that's just a stream. Alright.
So while you're riding a canine also, you can use some items and perform some items, like you can recover your health and things like that. So Monster Hunter is a multiplayer game, but in single player...
Yep, we gotta do it for the content.
You're able to bring up to 2 buddies along on your quests, kind of any combination that you want.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't mind them taking a couple years to make Mega Man games. I prefer quality over quantity, obviously. Because, you know, it's true. During the 2000s, well, heck, ever since, like, Mega Man 2, they've been releasing a Mega Man game every year, and there came a point where people just got sick and tired of Mega Man.
If you like dogs, you can definitely go with the dog version. If you like cats, you can go with the cat
And, you know, the quality kind of dipped here and there. So I don't mind them taking their time.
But
it's
in multiplayer, each hunter only gets to bring 1 buddy with them. So you can kind of like pick the one that, you know, really fits you. So I'm really excited to see how these buddies will kind of affect the gameplay. But now, of course, we can't talk about Monster Hunter without mentioning the monsters. Do you have any?
Oh boy. Okay, chat.
Do you have any new monsters in store for us? Can you tell us about?
Do you guys predict that Sigma will come back for a theoretical X9?
Lots of new monsters. So in the trailer, we showed off a few of them, including
Is the Great
new
Sigma
flagship
coming
monster,
back?
Magnamalo, which you'll see here. So. So we can't give you all the information about Magnamalo yet.
Seen a lot of no's.
Let me just show you this picture. It's still a long way into the release.
So I'm gonna be the guy that's like, yeah, he's coming back. Not necessarily because I want him to, but because I know it's gonna happen.
Right now,
because
Capcom presents.
Capcom's all about that nostalgia. Hey, do you remember Sigma?
Very unique.
Well, here he is.
So,
and you remember that vial too? Well, here he is too.
We hope everybody will look forward to finding out more about this really.
Have fun.
Next up, we have Aknosum, a kind of very kind of peculiar.
Yeah, vial is awesome.
That looks kind of like a parasol. Whoa. It's
hey, I love Sigma too. Don't get me wrong.
Detects any intruders. It spreads its
He's a big goofy guy. He's always smiling, especially in X Dive.
Kind of a crest within.
How can you not love that?
Eyeball-like pattern on it. So next up.
Guess who's back? Back again. Tell a friend.
So this one is called the Great Izuchi. It is a bird wyvern that kind of attacks with its tail, which has evolved into a very unique shape, this sort of scythe-like shape. So the Great Izuchi forms.
Yeah, the only problem with Sigma is that he overshadows all the other villains in the X series.
And it tends to,
which is like kind of one reason why I do like Command Mission, because they didn't use Sigma for once.
Their prey, they'll attack in unison.
It's actually a breath of fresh
so you have
air.
to kind of stay on your toes and be aware of the entire pack when they're coming to attack you. Next, we have this very unique monster called Tetranodon, who's an amphibious monster that's...
He's a thick boy.
He's a bit of a hefty chunk. He's extremely gluttonous, and it'll swallow anything that moves, including the ground that it's standing on. So once it's done eating, its stomach will swell and it kind of gets slower, but then its attacks also become heavier and more destructive.
Oh, Command Mission 2, After My Own Heart. That would be the game I want the most, but I don't expect it.
We have definitely several new more.
Even a Command Mission HD remaster would make me happy.
And we also have a lot of,
because you know right now you have to get a GameCube or a PS2 to play Command Mission. And not everybody still has those consoles kicking around or even played them to begin with. So yeah, like making Command Mission more readily available for the current gen would be awesome.
The new base that you start off in Monster Hunter Rise. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? So the base of your new hunting
So Command Mission is a RPG for Mega Man X.
Which is
it plays kind of like Legend of Dragoon for the PS1.
Village, right?
And a little bit like Final Fantasy X as well in terms of its combat. But the Legend of Dragoon reference comes in when they have the hyper modes,
really interesting buildings too,
which is like using their dragoons.
There's also a lot of colorful characters in this village who will be supporting the hunters as they explore this world.
But yeah, I highly recommend Command Mission if you guys ever have a chance to play it.
The Rampage.
I love it. It's not gonna be the best game ever. It gets kind of repetitive sometimes, like the areas, but I think they did a pretty decent job for the budget they had for a Mega Man X RPG.
So we've talked a lot.
Oh, and they announced that Resident Evil 8 might come out on PS4 and Xbox One.
But that's about all we can talk about.
Yeah, there was a
today,
rumor
though we
that
do
they
have
were
a
considering that.
slightly different trailer that we've made just for this occasion. Oh, sorry, you showed a slightly different trailer just for this occasion. So could you tell us a little bit more about the new scenes you added? So, firstly, we showed off.
Yeah, I agree with that about Lumine.
New actions for the lance.
But Lumine just kind of showed up at the end. It's like, haha, I was the bad guy all along.
And we also showed some cool new actions that use
It's like, all right.
Firebug.
Like, basically, Lumine was the one that pulled the Sigma in that game. Because Sigma's always the one who's like, haha, I'm actually the bad guy. But no, Lumine did a role reversal. But I really just want to know what happened to Axel after Lumine attacked him at the end of X8. I think that's like the big thing you need to address the next time.
Abilities for the Palicos and a guarding parasol, I think, for a canine. There was even a glimpse of a small monster with a very unique kind of face.
Yeah, at least Illuminate, they hinted at it from the beginning. Because, oh my god, what are you doing with all these Sigma bodies?
We also showed kind of like a bug-like monster as well.
But still, man,
but we'll tell you more about
you
those
barely saw Illuminate.
Wow, I mean, it sounds like there's a lot more really cool information to be waiting for, so we'll keep an eye out for it. So, as I mentioned before, we will premiere some live gameplay at
more gameplay
TGS
tomorrow.
Live 2020 on September 26th at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we hope you tune in again tomorrow. I think we have just some of that information on the screen.
All right, another 15 minutes gone by for Monster
Now
Hunter.
that we know a little bit more about the game itself, can you tell us what we should expect at launch? Well, first off, Monster Hunter Rise's release date will be Friday, March 26th, 2021.
So at least we have a release date for this one.
Worldwide. We will, of course, have both a physical version and a digital version, so you can pick whichever you like. We also have
A deluxe edition.
We also have a version of Monster Hunter Rise called Deluxe Edition that has a bundle of recommended DLC, including the Kamurai Layered Armor Set. For more information about this, please visit our official website. Are there any bonus things that we can accept?
Oh yeah, these skins, I remember that.
So
you can pet the doggo in Monster Hunter Rise.
That may be. Supply will be limited, but all versions will include a Palamute and a Palaku, and some special layered armor. So your Palamute will get a retriever costume layered armor, and your Palico will get a forest cat layered out. And God, look how delightfully cute that is.
You can ride the doggo. These amiibos look cool.
So we also have 3 Monster Hunter Rise amiibos that will be released on the same as the game. Magnamala, a Palamute, and a Palico. These amiibo unlock special layered armors in the game, so we hope you check them out.
Oh, they unlock armor. Crazy.
And last but not least, we did mention Monster Hunter Stories 2 the other week as well, so we have some cool crossover content for that as well. So look forward to more information.
Oh, the
on that at a later
crossovers!
date. So pre-orders for the digital version have already gone live.
Yeah, I guess you could
Pre-orders for the physical
mod
version
that to look
started
like more like
today,
Treble.
September 25th. So please consider pre-ordering. We'd very much appreciate it. So everything we talked about today will be put up on the official website as well. So please don't forget to check that for more information. So I think that about finishes everything for today. Monster Hunter Rise comes out on March 26th, 2021. Are there any final words you have for our viewers about this game?
Wait, you said it was an hour though.
So
I'm looking at the thumbnail. It says until
we've
next hour.
Positive fan feedback, which has made
At
us really
20
happy.
minutes,
Thank you
boys.
very much.
I imagine
So we are currently
stories.
working hard on completing this completely new hunting experience. So please look forward to it.
Yeah,
and to
it was
more information
inevitable.
about our game.
You know, like I said, 0 expectations.
So we'll keep bringing you the latest info on Monster Hunter Rise in the future, but we will definitely have a lot more to talk about before March 2021.
Okie dokie.
So we've only revealed a tiny bit of information thus far. So we hope you look forward to finding about all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see like all the Mega Man and next type by the end of the year. They're going pretty fast with
the
it.
Official line and Twitter and other SNS accounts for Monster Hunter. We will continue to add more information as time goes on. So that's all from Mr. Ichinose. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Mr.
Oh.
Translator don't know what to do.
There are probably going to be some viewers who are like, oh man, those buddies are too cute to ride. So next, Mr. Shijimoto is going to share some more information.
Okay, so now we have stories too. This is probably going to be the last one.
So at the same time as Monster Hunter Rise,
F in the chat for Mega Man.
We announced Monster Hunter Stories.
Capcom presents.
So I have some more details for you, but please take a look at the trailer.
Did you watch Monster Hunter Stories Right On? I did not. My only experience of Stories is I played a little bit of the 3DS game. Not that much, like the beginning of it. But yeah, it's basically Monster Hunter, but it's Pokemon. Use Fire Blast! It was super effective. Gotta tame them all. Gotta hatch them all. Because they start in eggs. There it is.
Man, that character design was awesome. That was such an exciting trailer.
Cool trailer, man. We showed it last week.
So
Sure,
the
man.
genre of this game is actually an RPG, not an action game. So just like an RPG game, it'll have all the things that you'll expect. So you'll become a Monster Hunter. Obviously, you're going to be Monster Hunter, but you're going to forge bonds with monsters, raise them.
Well, they have two Monster Hunter games to talk about, so yeah, it's gonna be most of the stream.
So moving on. So Rathalos have mysteriously disappeared from the world of Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. The protagonist, a descendant of the legendary rider Red, meets a Wyverian girl who has been entrusted with a mysterious egg. The two set out on an epic tale surrounding the Wings of Ruin. Now, of course, you'll be able to adventure with many of your favorite monsters from the Monster Hunter series, but you'll also experience a narrative deeply rooted in the bonds between Rider and Monster worthy of the story's name.
It's kind of been the theme of TGS so far. It's like people, like a lot of these companies are just rehashing old information for the most part. We get some new stuff here and there, but yeah, a lot of this is just like rehashing things. I guess like COVID really did a number.
But this is actually not the protagonist. This is a.
It's like, well, we can't reveal too much information yet because we're not ready.
Legendary monster rider. So please check out the thing in the palm of his hand. This is called a kinship stone, and it's used by riders to deepen their bond with monsters.
Yeah, they're gonna go into more detail on this stuff in their live streams tomorrow and Sunday.
So you can ride them, of course.
It's like they promise more Rise gameplay tomorrow. They're gonna talk about Resident Evil 8 on Sunday, and actually they're gonna talk about Rockman X Dive on Sunday. But I don't expect anything new there either because the Japanese version.
So
Japanese version is most likely going to be all old content when it comes out, so
or is changing.
I don't expect anything new there.
The protagonist is Red's grandchild. The protagonist is also a monster hunter like Red, but they're only a beginner. They may be a rider, but they use similar weapons to hunters and can fight monsters.
An X reboot? I don't think they'll do that.
Their details, so you can
unless they brought back that first-person shooter, Maverick Hunter.
So this hasn't been announced yet, the next thing we're talking about. But these are all different things that your characters look like. These are all characters that you can design. So I'd also like to tell you about the weapons in the game. In addition to the great sword, the hammer, and the sword and shield, we plan to add 2 more weapons from the Monster Hunter series.
Yeah, it's a big shame Maverick Hunter X2 never happened and so on, because they had plans to do up to X6 for the remakes. That would have been so cool to see, but alas, it was on the PSP.
So in the Monster Hunter universe, there is a race that's different from humans called the Wyverians. Some of their unique traits.
Yeah, I think I do remember that. They did let you
kind
of create a character.
So she is one of those. So right now you're probably wondering why has this girl Enna been entrusted with an egg by Ratha, but we can't reveal that yet, obviously.
Yeah, that really is the big problem with Sony's handhelds. They didn't do a great job marketing them.
That kind of sets the protagonist adventure in motion.
They didn't even support like the Vita. The Vita didn't get much games after a while because Sony just stopped caring.
And sets you on your quest to find the Wings of Ruin. So I'm really excited to see what sort of story is waiting.
No Mega Man today, boys.
So can you tell us a little bit more about this? The game release. So the game release is going to be in summer of 2021. So we're developing it to be a game that not just Monster Hunter fans, but all RPG fans can enjoy. Also, as I said earlier, some aspects of the game tie into Monster Hunter Rise, so some things in Monster Hunter Rise will tie into Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin, so please look forward to more information on that.
Yep, big shame about the Vita.
I think that's all the time we have today.
Okay, let's see. We got 10 minutes.
On the official website, so you can check there for more.
So we're wrapping up stories. Still got 10 minutes.
So do you have anything to say to the viewers in closing, Mr.
But it might be Devil May Cry 5.
So today we introduced 2 games, Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin. So we're putting out updates via the official website, as well as on our Twitter and other official SNS accounts. So please, don't forget to keep an eye on those. Also at Capcom.
Yeah, I know World. Well, they developed World with the PS4 in mind, so they couldn't port that to the Switch. So Monster Hunter Rise is basically their way of saying, oh, well, Nintendo Switch didn't get Monster Hunter World, so here's our new game, Rise. And they're just trying to make up for it.
And that is all of the titles that we're introducing today.
I guess.
We do have a number of special announcements from Capcom. So a huge sale lineup of Capcom titles are now up
We
to
got the
86%
sales!
off. Several Resident Evil titles, including Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 7, and others, are currently on sale. For players who haven't played Resident Evil 7 yet, now is the chance to play before Resident Evil Village arrives. Also, Monster Hunter, I believe Generations Ultimate on Nintendo Switch is now on sale.
We'll see what happens.
To play with friends while looking forward to the arrival of Monster Hunter Rise.
Looking at my time here,
We also
it's
have other
8:50 now.
really fun old titles as well, such as Okami from our older.
They might
from our
just
older
spin
past
the
titles,
next.
So please keep an eye out for more
Okay,
information
so
about on them.
yeah, so tomorrow we got Street Fighter 5, Monster Hunter Rise, and Monster Hunter Stories 2, and then on Sunday we have Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition and Resident Evil Village.
9 p.m. From
Seems like
12 p.m.
that's like all the
Tuesdays,
games they
Special
intend to
26, September
cover this
27.
TGS.
You can tune in for additional info on the three titles to feature today. along
Besides
with Devil May
Rockman
Cry
X
Special
Dive,
Edition,
of course, which is
and
on Sunday.
announcer Street Fighter 5 champion.
They didn't even mention X Dive here.
Lastly,
Street Fighter League.
after the stream today, we have the Street Fighter League Pro JP 2020 tournament first leg, which will be starting on Esports X at 11 p.m. Japan Standard Time today. Topped up with international top
that's right
players
after
such
this.
as the legendary player Umehara and the Todai graduate Tokido. The strongest players will gather to form a dream team. They're set on joining the league. Don't miss all of this really awesome stuff. Wow, that was such a really packed broadcast we had today. We hope everybody really enjoyed it, and that brings an end to our program tonight.
Yeah, it seems like they're gonna go more in detail about these games,
Goodbye, and we hope to see you again tomorrow.
like in their broadcasts. Yeah, they ended 9 minutes early. Oh no, wait.
引き続きこの後23時よりマウスコンピューターの番組が始まります。東京ゲームショー2020オンライン引き続きお楽しみください。
Okay. Oh nope, that's it. But yeah, that's all, folks. F in the chat.
Wow, it's absolutely nothing. They had cute girls though.
About sums it up, really. Well, wow. It ended right as we got 300 people up in here. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. I know it isn't what we wanted, but Capcom does have some cool games coming up. And, as long as you're not as long as you're open-minded, Close that. Get that on out of here. I shall go over here. That's better. Alright, guys. That was Capcom. Yeah, not much happened. I think we got to see the castle in RE8. Stuff like that. And we got to see the doggo in action. That's all I really remember, to be honest. And they're gonna do more stuff on the next couple of days on live streams, but that's about it. I don't think there's gonna be any Mega Man this year, except for Rockman X Dive, which again is on Sunday. Yeah, guys, that's about it.
Capcom presents.
Wow, it's absolutely nothing.
That about does it, guys. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and yeah, we'll have more Mega Man news coming soon in the form of Rockman X Dive, at the very least. Stay tuned for that on ShadowRockZX. Thank you guys once again, and thank you for chatting. Until next time, rock on. Have a great morning, everybody. Oh, wait. We have a live stream going on tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be playing Metroid Prime. Because you guys voted on the backlog stream. So Metroid Prime is happening. Alright, guys. See you next time. Rock on.